Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we're going to be doing a 300-point modern theme team build around the S.H.I.E.L.D. keyword. It's been a minute since I've done a S.H.I.E.L.D. team, so I wanted to do a new iteration of it. And we're starting off with one of my favorite pieces that I have not gotten to try out yet. I'm very much looking forward to, and probably will this month at our local venue. From the Black Panther set, we are starting off with Prime 31B Colonel James Rhodes. He has been in a team build before, but I never did get to use that team. But a couple new pieces out now that I think will work well with him. So let's take a look at Colonel James Rhodes. He is 80 points. Has the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability, S.H.I.E.L.D., Stark Industries, Armor, Politician, and Soldier keywords. At 80 points, he is 7 clicks long with improved targeting through elevated and hindering, a range of 5 with 3 targets. He does fly, and he does have a trait that will actually change his point value. Remote drone piloting. During force construction, you may add 5 points to Colonel James Rhodes' cost up to 6 times. For each time you choose to do so, add a War Machine drone bystander to your starting force. And I have been lucky enough to have some of those made by Jeremiah Peterson over at the Makers Market. They're on Facebook, in the Facebook groups. I do have, I should have got 6. I only made 4. I'll probably end up having the other 2 made here before too long. But I didn't think I was going to need more than 4 at a time, but that might be changing. So there we have our bystander. Finishing up, he does also have leadership. When Colonel James Rhodes uses it and succeeds after resolutions, generate a War Machine drone bystander max of 6. So for this team build, we are starting with just the one drone. I originally had 2 on here, but I needed the extra 5 points, so we are starting with 1. As you can see, it does have a range of 4 with 1 target. It has the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability with flight, the sidestep, energy explosion, and toughness. So there you go. You get a free taxi out there if need be. Starts off with running shot, a special attack power, and a special defensive power throughout with a blank damage power, with no damage power. Running shot is throughout, but at the tail end he switches up to energy explosion, invulnerability, and range combat expert. Let's take a look at those specials. The special attack power is helicarrier bombardment, penetrating psychic blast, period. Power. For each War Machine drone bystander, choose an opposing character within range and line of fire of that bystander. Make an attack. Make a range attack that targets the chosen characters regardless of range and line of fire. Hit characters are dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. So there you go. If you have enough drones out there, you can be doing 2 penetrating damage for each one of those targets. Very, very nice. And then love his defensive power, dodging shells, ESD, invincible, super senses, and that is protected outwit. Super solid piece. Love this prime. I hate that I've not been able to actually try to use him yet. Just other teams keep getting in the way. But I think his time has finally come. Who will be joining Rhodey? For that, we are going to jump to the Smash and Destroy set. And we will be looking at Super Rare, number 36. We are bringing in Constrictor. There we are. I was happy to see him getting a new sculpt. I'm pretty sure he was clicked once before. But still, happy to see that he is back in the modern rotation. 60 points. He does have the Masters of Evil team ability, the Frightful 4 Masters of Evil Shield, 6-pack Armor, Assassin, and Spy keywords. For 60 points, you get 8 clicks. Cannot beat that. A range of 3 with 2 targets. And he does come with a starting trait, and that is Bionic Cables. Giant Reach 3. Starts off with Charge, a special attack and a special defensive power, with Exploit Weakness. That does later turn into Flurry with that special attack power, Invuln, and then a little bit of in power there. And then on his last 3 clicks, he has Plasticity with Poison, Combat Reflexes, and that Empower. But let's take a look at that special attack power, Crushing Coils. When Constrictor hits, after resolutions give each hit opposing character an action token. Then deal them damage equal to the number of action tokens they have. Absolutely love that. So not only are you hitting them with the penetrating damage, you now can hopefully get past a reducer or 2 and do 2 more on top of that if they have 2 action tokens. But even the 1 extra is fantastic, while also tying up their pieces with the action tokens. And then there is the special defensive power, Shield Engineered Battlesuit. Energy shield deflection and vulnerability. That will protect you from some range attacks. And then you do have your reducer. There we go. And in case you are not familiar, there is the Masters of Evil team ability. Solid piece. I love that he does have that special attack with the Giant Reach 3. But we're going to make that a little bit more inconvenient for your opponent by giving 15 more points and giving him the Destroyer Armor. That's right, I'm sure everybody knows what the Destroyer Armor equipment can do these days, but just in case, there it is, and we are going to be equipping it on click number 3. Yes, he already has Invuln, so it won't help him there, but it does add a +2 to his defense, and it also grants him, there you see, giant size. And why is that important? That's going to give him a better line of sight for his Giant Reach 3 to be able to hit characters. Say if he ends up getting base and he wants to go after someone just a little out of reach, now he can see over the character that has him based and attack who he wants within 3 squares. Very solid piece for 60 points, even without the Asgard, without the Destroyer Armor. But now we just make him that much more dangerous. Up next, we go back to the Black Panther set, and we are bringing in rare number 34, Spider-Man. Love this sculpt, one of my favorite sculpts from that set, and that's saying something in my opinion because there were a lot of good sculpts in the Black Panther set, but absolutely a fan of this one. Better than any, in my opinion, any of the Miles Morales sculpts we got in the Spider-Verse set. So happy to have this. There we go. And let's take a look at Spider-Man. For this build, he will be 40 points. He does have the Spider-Man team ability, Avengers, Champions, S.H.I.E.L.D, Spider-Man family, and celebrity keywords. For 40 points, he does have 5 clicks, a range of 4 with 3 targets. That is very nice. Starts off with Charge, a special attack power, special defensive power, and combat and close combat expert for the first 3 clicks. And then for on his last 2, he goes into Sidestep, Pulse Wave, Super Senses, and a blank damage power. He does also have a trait, Camouflage Invisibility. Stealth, opposing lines of fire can't be drawn to Spider-Man if he is occupying or adjacent to a non-debris terrain marker. Very, very solid to make him very hard to track down from range. Then he does have his special attack power, Bioelectric Venom Blast. Precision Strike. When Spider-Man hits, after resolutions give each hit character an action token. That's going to come in handy once you see what we have in store for Spider-Man. And then the defensive power is Spidey Senses Tingling, Combat Reflexes, and Super Senses. And with his team ability, they are super duper Super Senses, making him a great tie-up piece. Now, the idea for him is you do want to get him into the fold because we are going to be giving Spider-Man Mjolnir. I don't know if they thought that through when they gave all these qualifying names, but for Mjolnir, if you have Beta Ray Bill, Captain America, Odin, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, or Thor, they can be equipped with this equipment for free. And there are quite a few Spider-Mans out there now. And its effect, Giant Reach 3, improved targeting through character bases, Quake, Pulse Wave. That's right. If you get him out there, his bioelectric Venom Blast does not specify how, with what power he hits, as long as they are hit. If you Pulse Wave with Spider-Man, everyone he hits with that Pulse Wave also gets an action token now. If you do the Quake, same boat. I love this combo, and I am looking forward to using it. Now, the one thing you do have to worry about with that Pulse Wave is that it does say after resolutions give each hit character an action token. It does not specify whether it is friendly or opposing. So you could end up giving your own characters action tokens that way. So placement will be key for Spider-Man, but just the ability to do so for free, having Mjolnir for free, I should say. I love that combo. For 40 points, very, very solid. But Spider-Man's going to need a little bit of support to get around. There's like maybe something a little annoying, maybe like a gnat, or possibly even from the Collector's Trove uncommon, a wasp. Number 21, Wasp. Wasp is coming in at 30 points for this team build. For 30 points, you get 3 clicks, a range of 4 with 2 targets, and she does have flight while also being tiny sized. She does have the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. team abilities, Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Celebrity, Detective, Scientist, and Spy keywords. Excuse me. Starts off with actually the whole dial is Sidestep, a special attack power, Super Senses, and Shape Change. So very annoying tie-up piece. You got to get through a couple of rollouts to get her out of there. And she also does have that special attack power of Bioelectric Bug. Precision Strike. When Wasp damages an opposing character, after resolutions give that character an action token. So there you go. We got 2 different characters who are able to token up your opponents, just bogging them down, making their life that much more frustrating. And with that flight, she could carry around Spider-Man, or since she's tiny sized, Spider-Man could carry her around, whichever way works out best for you. And then she does have that sidestep where she could hide behind another character if need be, pop out, and do a range attack with her Precision Strike, and stay safe with that +1 to her defense from range. Very, very solid piece, especially for 30 points, with that S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability as well, and giving off the Avengers, so you could possibly get a +1 to her attack in the right situations as well. Next up, we are making one more stop in the lands of Wakanda and going to the Black Panther set. And what S.H.I.E.L.D. team would be complete without uncommon number 24, Phil Coulson? You gotta have Phil Coulson on a S.H.I.E.L.D. team, right? There we go. We're gonna move the Destroyer back, and Phil is gonna go right here. Mr. Phil Coulson is going to be 40 points for this team build. Has the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability, Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Squadron Supreme, Politician, and Spy keywords. Give me 1 second. We're going to switch it up. There we go. Get rid of that shadow. And for 40 points, you get 4 clicks, a range of 5 with 2 targets. Starts off with Sidestep, a special attack power, ESD throughout, and enhancement throughout. Later on, he does lose that Sidestep. That special attack power is fantastic. It is on loan from Fury's Armory. When Phil Coulson attacks, choose 1. This attack deals penetrating damage, or targeted characters can't replace or positively modify their defense. Super solid. It's kind of like a miniature Outsiders. And then there is a special damage power there, but that's only on the first 2 clicks of his 60-point dial, so that won't help us out here at all. Very solid piece for 40 points, but we're going to make him that much tougher. By bringing out Druid. That's right, we are bringing in a legacy piece from Smash and Destroy. That is Druid. Originally, where were you from? You are from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. itself, so there you go. Makes perfect sense. And we're going to be bringing in Druid at his 30-point line. He has Mystics and the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability, Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Secret Warriors, and Mystical keywords. For 30 points, you get 4 clicks. Very, very nice. Starts off with some stealth. You got a, special attack power, barrier, and perplex. And then on the lower half, you do get running shot, pulse wave, and ESD. A range of 7 with 1 target, and flight as well. Very, very solid. Does have a special attack damage power, which will not help us for this build. But it's the special attack power that he has that has me very intrigued, and that is Panaka Bow Please. Free. Choose an adjacent friendly character. This turn, that character can use Penetrating Psychic Blast and improved targeting through blocking. The whole reason we have Druid and Phil Coulson on this team together is because Druid is going to be carrying around Phil Coulson. Phil Coulson is the one who's going to be able to benefit from that free action by Druid. And now the on loan from Fury's Armory is moot because now he doesn't have to choose one. He's already going to be doing penetrating damage because of the Pinsai. So now he gets both, essentially. With the Pinsai he's getting from Druid, he can now choose targeted characters can't replace or modify or positively modify their defense. So with that, you are now doing penetrating damage without the risk of any ESD, any perplex, anything like that, keeping their buffing up their defensive powers. Absolutely love that combo, and you can now hide behind blocking terrain, keeping Phil Coulson safe, shooting through it at whatever target with a range of 5, which now becomes a range of 6 since they both do have the S.H.I.E.L.D. team ability. Yeah, very, very solid combo there. You do have a perplex with Druid as well to bump up the attack if need be. And then once you destroy the blocking terrain that is that Phil Coulson is shooting through, Druid can barrier that spot closed again, keeping Coulson a very safe sniper out of their range. Really do like that combo. I think it's going to work out pretty well, and I cannot wait to see it in practice. So there you go. That is my take on a modern 300-point S.H.I.E.L.D. theme team. Let me know what you think, if there's any changes you would make. I again, I'm very much looking forward to giving this team a try. Finally getting Rhodey out on the board, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Druid and Phil Coulson can do together. But thank you very much for joining me. This has been it's been a while, so I do apologize for delay in videos. I chose not to do a brick of X-Men 97. And it has put me a little behind in getting a couple of figures I'm looking forward to make teams. And I'll probably still end up opening some X-Men 97. So be on the lookout for that if it does happen. I've seen that leaks are already starting on eBay with Strange Tales. So it's going to catch up pretty quick. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.